Hey, everybody, this is Alan Fine, and I'm here with James Rodriguez, who is the president and CEO of Atlas Ocean Voyages. We love him. We have him on Insider Travel Report. We have him again. Today, we're going to talk about where they go, who their guests are, and all the support that they have for you, the travel advisor, all here on Insider Travel Report. So let's start with the ever popular. What are the new destinations that you offer for your expedition voyages? I mean, which would you say are the most popular? What's the ones that's on everyone's bucket list?
Well, I definitely have to say that Antarctica and the Arctic are probably our top destinations that we go to. This brand was built for polar expeditions. So our whole DNA is about expeditioning. And so Antarctica is really our bread and butter region of the world that we go to right now. We have some great value proposition for guests that want to go there. We have longer voyages, shorter voyages. Any Antarctica voyage that we have also includes a pre-night hotel stay in Buenos Aires. It includes the charter jet service from BA down to Ushuaia. And it also includes a cultural expedition into Terra del Fuego National Park, all included into one price for the Antarctica season.
That's value.
Yeah.
You have three different types of expeditions.
I mean, this brand, we are around expedition product, and that's what our DNA is. We love expeditioning. In fact, we loved it so much, we wanted to take that programming that is traditionally set for the Antarctica or Arctic regions that you go to. Because I was so inspired on my first voyage going there, I came away with, these places that we go to are so immersive. And you really learn a lot about the places you go to, the people that you see along the way. It's also educational, not only from the lands that you go to, but in Antarctica, as you know, you're learning about weather patterns and you're learning about the region of the world and the sustainability and birds, whales, and wildlife. And I wanted to take those three components: the immersive component, the educational component, and the inspired component that a lot of people don't really understand until you actually experience it. But this kind of community that is built on board the vessel, whenever you're going to these places with like-minded individuals and really enjoying these places, you come away with just a spectacular feeling of this community that you've built. You keep in touch with these guests. And so we wanted to take those components and move them to, let's say, other places we go in the world. So along the South American coast, when we do Buenos Aires to Rio, we go Rio into the Caribbean. This will be our first season in the Caribbean, which all of our sailings are almost sold out for the Caribbean. Then we take our ships over and cross over to Lisbon, and one vessel goes into the Med, and two of the vessels go up to Northern Europe and then to the Arctic region as well. So we take that expedition expertise not only in the polar regions, but also into the Med as well with our Epicurean expedition programming.
I wanted to say that out loud. I mean, the expeditions aren't only cold, they're also Epicurean.
Right, right. We basically take our polar expedition team members off and put an Epicurean expedition team member on, our team members. We have a guest chef who's on, vintners, gastronomic guests. We bring people on board from different parts of the world. So if we're in Greece, we'll bring somebody on. In Santorini, we had a wine tasting from the winery there on board our vessels. But we really try to bring experience, people who have a gastronomic interest in these regions that we go to really bring those areas to life. I really believe that the Med, people experience the Med through their taste buds. They may go and see everything visually, but the first thing you do when you come back, you're talking about the pastas, you're talking about the wines and the Greek, all the Greek food that you ate, and in Barcelona and Spain and all of those regions of the world. So.
Well, let's go a little deeper into the value aspect. I mean, all the expeditions include gratuities. We
Right.
talked about cultural immersion, but also Wi-Fi. Tell us about that. Tell us about the value proposition.
Well, I mentioned about the Antarctica experience and the chartered jet and the pre-cruise experience. It's all inclusive in Antarctica, but just the onboard experience is an all-inclusive experience as well. We do charge for shore excursions. However, we do have a cultural immersion event that we include on every one of our voyages. And that's simply part of the expedition programming because we want to have an event where everybody on the vessel attends and experiences together, because it creates that bond and that community that we're really trying to build. So, for example, when we're in Spain, we go to Valencia, we have a paella making contest where we take people out to this really gorgeous ranch with perfect setting with these paella making stations, and we set up in groups and teams, and we compete against each other with making paella. It's a really great experience. But those cultural immersions on every single of our voyages are included in the fare as well, on top of all of the inclusions on board themselves. So the only thing we're not including is the airfare, of course, but everything else is pretty much included except for the spa experiences on board.
Who's the guest? Who do your expedition cruises cater to? And what would you recommend it for almost every kind of traveler?
Yeah, I think everyone, especially our travel advisors who have a database of their clients, every one of them has these expedition type personalities on their list. Now, not everybody is an expeditioner. So you may have a couple who one of them really wants to go to Antarctica, but the other one doesn't. But we provide an all-around experience where those guests who really want to go to Antarctica and camp out in Antarctica and do the paddle boarding and they want to do the kayaking, we have those experiences for you. But we also have the only L'Occitane spa at sea where, guests can actually be in our spa. They can actually sit in our dry sauna with floor-to-ceiling windows and actually experience Antarctica that way, or just simply go out on deck 5, our water's edge, which is only like 30 feet away from the sea, and really experience and see the wildlife from there with binoculars, if that's what they want to do. But we provide an active get travel experience as well as a passive kind of travel experience if that's what they choose to do. But I think, one of the beautiful things about expeditioning is it's bringing more people into the cruise experience. There's only one way that you can actually get to Antarctica or the Arctic, and you have to go on a cruise. So many of the expedition products out there are bringing new people who've never cruised before into the fold, and they get on board and they see what a cruise experience is all about. And they dispels kind of all of these ideas they had about negative ideas that they had about a cruise. And then they ask us, well, where do you go to? Where else do you go? And so we want to offer the Med, or we want to offer the British Isles or Northern Europe or other places for them to go to. And so we're bringing a whole new group of people who've never considered cruising before into the cruise experience. And so this comes with some perks also, because it's a whole different age demographic as well. I mean, we have people in their 30s and their 40s and their 50s and 60s in Antarctica that have never been to Antarctica, that really want to go for the first time because they've traveled everywhere else in the world. And we have these experiential travelers who are in their 30s and 40s, who Antarctica may be their first, true expedition experience, and they really want to go with us. So,
and so, how do the seasons work? Which is which?
So in Antarctica, the Antarctica season is from November all the way through March. Then we transition out of that. For us this year, we're going up the South American coast into the Caribbean and then across over to Europe. And then the Arctic season starts in really June and goes all the way through September. And then in October, the vessels then head back over to Antarctica to start the Antarctica season.
Right, right. So travel advisors who want to get familiar with this and be able to start pitching it to their clients, what do you have? Do you have anything new that can help them? You've always been supporting them. Tell us how they can learn more about Atlas Ocean Voyages.
Well, from a timing perspective, I think right now is the best time to be booking for next season. But we already have huge interest for 25 season. We're about to launch our 25-26 season in April. So we're already getting ahead because of the demand for Antarctica right now. So I would say, number one, really speak to your clients and let them know what the best timing is to book an Antarctica voyage. And it is now for the next season. But we have a travel agent center on board on our website that our travel advisors can go to and pick up information. They can request certain collateral and materials from us, but we also have our regional sales directors out in the field to help with training, seminars, anything they would like to help them build groups. We have one of the richest group programs at Atlas. I mean, you only have to have 5 staterooms in order for you to be considered as a group, and we also protect that group from booking one. So if you say you're going to bring us 5 staterooms, you want to bring us 3, those amenities are still protected from booking 1. So very rich. You can earn up to 20% commission on our group program as well, and you can earn up to 4 TCs as well. So it's we have all the amenities out there, all of the resources for our travel advisors to go out there and really sell the expedition product.
And so can we give them a URL?
Sure. I mean, it's our website. You go to our website, then you click on Travel Agent Center. So you go to atlasoceanvoyages.com and then search for our Agent Center, and you go online and you can access it from there.
We're going out to 126,000 travel advisors. Do you have any
Excellent.
words, just an overview, anything that you forgot to mention? Let's tell them that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I'm always asked whenever I'm talking to travel advisors, what differentiates your product? And I always tell them that we're a year-round expedition product. So when you're talking to your clients, really tell them about our programming on board our vessels, that we're very active vacation experience, if that's what you choose to be. We are in ports longer. We stay there into the evenings. We have lots of overnight. So it's a very immersive experience that we're offering clients and your guests. So.
Well, that's great. Well, I hope that we've either they've booked you before and they're going to keep doing it, or we've piqued their interest and they're going to join forces and become part of the family. James, thanks for talking.
All right. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.